Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Football on Forever Sports for a channel first, really. Something that we've been thinking about doing for quite a while. And then we just sort of decided, well, you know what? Instead of thinking about it, instead of umming and ahhing whether we should do it, we're just going to do it anyway. And we're going to kind of roll with the punches. So, welcome to the first ever football watch along on Forever Sports. We've done a couple on Forever Football, a very sort of ad hoc, not too much structure to it and stuff like that. But we have decided that we will be doing select football watch-alongs throughout the rest of the season. So basically, chances are the way it sort of works, in terms of the rugby calendar, trying to fit everything in because there is just so much to fit in. The plan at this stage is to try and do at least one Premier League match during the Premier League weekend, and then we will get to Champions League. We'll start doing that as well, so we can try and sort of get the sort of blend between doing rugby, between cricket, doing football as well, because we are Forever Sports as opposed to just being Forever Rugby. So the channel was never actually supposed to be so rugby dominated. It just sort of went that way with the way we grew. So I'm quite excited actually to be able to sort of sit here and be able to sort of get back to a bit of footy and be able to get sort of a bit of a break because, I think it's just one of those things. It's one of the things I really like about being a sports fan rather than just a rugby fan or just a football fan or just a cricket fan, is you get a bit of a break sometimes, when things are just getting a bit too much, especially as a Sigma Lions supporter. It's been a depressing time. So now I get to sort of embrace my Manchester United situation. CR7 is coming home. We're up against Wolves this afternoon, so it should be a very, very interesting game. And hopefully that we'll get some people to come in and join us. So I see you've got Aiden Div in the comments who is saying, who do you have scoring the first goal and winning the match? And Mike Hammer's here. How's it, Mike? Hope you are well. Please do smash a like on the video. Obviously, this won't be as big as we sort of get when it comes to rugby, but it is the first time we are doing it. So, I think I'm sort of expecting a bit of growth, probably a bit slow to go, but you know what? It's anything is it'll be quite cool. And at the end of the day, I've never really done this just to get viewers and stuff like that. It's always been a case of me sharing my passion for sport and sort of using it as a way to sort of engage with people. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Obviously, because it's football, we won't be doing as sort of blow by blow sort of type of stuff. But hopefully we get some new people on the channel, and hopefully we can sort of really take this forward and try and create something a bit new and sort of add something a bit different to the channel. So kickoff is in 9 minutes. We're at Molyneux today against Wolves, who have had a decent start to the season. Well, it's a start to the season that we'll look at the log and we'll look at some of the sides and sort of see who's jumping in there. But let me know who you support this afternoon, who you support in general, I suppose. I start to learn sort of some people and who they support rugby wise, but very, very new to the football, so we haven't really sort of seen who people support football wise up like that. So we'll go through the team in just a minute. I'm just trying to sort out my screen, which has decided it's not going to cooperate today. Right. While that sort of reboots and stuff like that, then let's have a look at the team stuff like that and who we've got playing for each side. Let me just move to. I want to move to the right. Well, there we go. So those are the sides for today. The big sort of news for Manchester United fans is that Rafael Varane is starting, as well as Jadon Sancho. So the two big summer additions are starting. It's a very interesting setup to see that Manchester United stick with that sort of 4-2-3-1, shifting Paul Pogba back to the midfield with starting next to Fred, which is an interesting call because we've obviously seen as you mentioned, our fans, you've been seeing the midfield combination between Fred and McTominay having undergone surgery, out for a while, and as a result, we have to sort of make do with what we've got. And rather than giving sort of Donny van der Beek, who I would have liked to have seen given a chance in the midfield, we've gone with Paul Pogba moving him back, starting Jadon Sancho. I'm hoping he will start on the left, and we'll have Dan James on the right. Bruno Fernandes behind Mason Greenwood has become quite sort of standard. David De Gea keeps his position and goal, and the two fullbacks, Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw. Now, you look at the Wolves side, somebody who's been linked quite a lot to Manchester United is Ruben Neves. So a lot of Manchester United fans will have their eyes on him today to sort of see how he's going. João Martino starts next to him in midfield. Raul Jimenez is back from a horrific hip injury last season and starting and playing. New addition from Barcelona, Francisco Trincao, is on the right, Adama Traore on the left. who wants to probably need to have a better season than last season. But I think having Raul Jimenez back will help him. And then obviously, we've come to know the Wolves for their back three, even with a new manager, Conor Cody, Romain Sass, and Max Hillman. And then Jose Sarr, the new summer goalkeeping addition, starts at the back. Interesting to sort of see how Bruno Lage actually goes on at Wolves and how he manages to sort of, if he can sort of take them to the next level from Nuno Espirito Santo. If you're looking at some of the players missing, no Willy Body or Pedro Neto for Wolves. Pedro Neto out for quite a while. I think he actually only returns in January. Scott McTominay has had a groin surgery. He's currently out. Marcus Rashford continues to recover from his shoulder injury. Dean Henderson has got issues with COVID. I think it is sort of long-lasting issues there. And Alex Telles had an issue with in the preseason. In terms of the table, this is how it is looking at the moment. You don't want to be an Arsenal fan. Look away, sitting there down at 20th. So when we get Quayle back on the channel, we have to have a bit of a look at him. But Wolves also at the moment not having a particularly good start. They're 2 losses from 2. So they'll be looking to try and get their first points on the board. For United, a win today will put them tied with the likes of West Ham, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Everton. Spurs currently sitting top of the log. They are the only team who have gone 3 from 3, and the only team that can go 3 from 3 after their victory earlier against... Who they're playing against? I've gone blank. I even had a bet on it. Watford, against Watford. I shall return. I've had a couple of issues with my TV issues and stuff like that. So I'm just going to go and sort that out and then come back with you just before kickoff. So in the meantime, please do smash a like on the video and subscribe. Let me get my scoreboard up so we're already there. And I shall join you guys in just a few minutes.
City, which has eyes only for its own special club, but which relishes little more than a crack at it when the showbiz superstars come calling. One pack, that's what they say of themselves, the Wolves, and they are ready.
Right, I'm back, and hopefully, they're still beating up, but hopefully we'll be all sorted. Yep, we're all looking good. They're in the change room at the Molyneux. So, yeah, let's get your score prediction there. Rich Hanning's asking his prediction. I'm going to go with 2-0 United. I really want to see a clean sheet from Rafael Varane. I actually can't believe he's walking out a United shirt. In the away kit today, it's like my biggest dilemma this season is which United kit to get. Because obviously with Ronaldo back, you got to get a Ronaldo shirt. The question is which kit do you go for? Jadon Sancho starting as well. So I think Aiden was asking who I reckon is going to score the first goal. I'm going to go Mason Greenwood the first goal. I think he's in such good form that I reckon he's going to bang today. I'm hoping to Pogba can add to his assists so far. Got him in my fantasy team, so I need him to keep operate. But I think the big thing for United is to try and get a clean sheet today. The dawn of the Harry Maguire and Rafael Varane partnership. So hopefully that results in a clean sheet and a very, very good partnership going forward. Oliver Solskjaer absolutely buzzing on. I mean, he pretty much set the internet into turmoil this weekend on Friday, dropping the little bit of a Cristiano Ronaldo bomb that if he wants to come home, he can. Or if he wants to leave Juventus, he knows where they are. And within about, I think a press conference at 2:30, and by 6 o'clock, United announced that a deal had been made. So it was a pretty crazy Friday. No Ronaldo tonight. I mean, today, obviously, he'll only join up after the international break. So, people like Greenwood, people like Dan James are starting today. Big games for them to try and sort of prove a point and try and sort of stick in the side. Mason Greenwood, whilst Marcus Rashford is injured, can probably find himself on the right with Jadon Sancho on the left with Cavani and Ronaldo sort of up front. But as soon as Marcus Rashford comes back in, then the sort of selection headaches begin. And good selection headaches to have as United fans because we haven't really had the luxury of having to worry about those sort of positions. So the more those sort of headaches we get, the better it is. Michael Hammer says, I'm in the UK. My ginger mate's an Arsenal supporter. I've been a Man U supporter since Gary Player played. Yeah, look, I've been a United supporter all my life. My dad supported them, so it was who I grew up watching. I've been to Old Trafford back when it was Ronaldo, Rooney, Tevez. Alex Ferguson was still in charge. Obviously, the glory days back in 07, actually December 07, where we went on to win the Champions League in 2008. So good times. In terms of the United shape, we looked a little bit earlier about how they're lining up, and I think the big thing for me is I just want to see Jadon Sancho starting on the right and Dan James starting on the left, because as much as Marcus Rashford is out, it is a case of Jadon Sancho supposedly being the long-term option at right wing, and if we're not going to play him there now, well, I understand when you can play him well, when you've got Dan James who is better on the left, then stick Jadon Sancho on the right, let him operate, let him start getting used to there, and then as soon as Marcus Rashford comes back, you probably have to operate him on the left, and then Paul Pogba needs to find a place in the midfield, hence the continued obsession with trying to get a CDM in so that we can not worry too much about how we can fit all our best players into the team. Okay, Dixon says, hey everyone, hope you're well. Hope you're having a great Sunday, wherever you guys are.
Pressure of a major match day. The global scrutiny is up a notch when it's Manchester United.
Right, United playing left to right. Wolves have got kick-off. I lie, we've got kick-off. Right, we're underway. Get your blooming time. You only have to press it twice, Stephen. Come now. I'm just need to adjust my clock. I think a couple of seconds behind. And 20. Right, that's where you go. So you can link up on the clock there. That's where we are in the game. Let's settle in. Yeah, who's everybody supporting? I know Rich is a fellow Mancunian. Many a good time watching a couple of United games. Many a frustration time watching many United game. And I'm keen to see how the front three for United react. And immediately seeing Jadon Sancho on the left and Dan James on the right is the only thing I didn't want to see today. Luke Shaw needs to have a good game. He's in my fantasy. So long may he continue to try and keep the form from last weekend. And Fred has lost it, as Fred unfortunately does quite often. Good signing, Trinkle. I'm interested to see how he goes for Wolves. It's a bit of a poor ball there. Right, well, Noob's going. Jimmy, you'll go Man United. I reckon we'll probably have more. I'll be very surprised if we can ever pull out a Wolves fan. But you never know. You never know. Well, Jimenez sporting his latest headgear after that. Yeah, it was a pretty horrific incident and massive loss for Wolves. I reckon you probably attribute about 90% of Wolves' struggle last season to the injury to Raul Jimenez. But here we go. Early chance, Jadon Sancho. Fred. Dan James. Play Wan-Bissaka. Sancho. Dad. Somebody just shoot. Fred. Of course Fred gives it away. Really. No, now Dormitory is on his bicycle. Veron. Dust him. He's got it on the right. Harry. Oh, Dave. No, it's still not done. Fred. Well done. Well, Fred, you... just bloody clear it. Well, Fred had to make the... Fred had to make the stop there because he's the one that lost the possession in the meantime. So I think we're 3 minutes in. I think Fred's given the ball away twice. Kay Dixon says the cable I have doesn't show the Premier League games live, only as replays hours later. I couldn't deal with that. Look, I must admit, it's the one thing that I give DST credit for down in South Africa is that we do get all the Premier League games, every single Premier League game, all the rugby. We get a lot for it, but we do pay through our blooming teeth for it. Hey, man, Mason. Yeah, well, I think we've already seen now the threat that Wolves possess on the break. I mean, it was fantastic by John Troy. Away from Fred, through Pogba, he's got so much pace. He's got Jimenez on his right. He did feed him in. First time, I mean, there's not much of an angle. Quite far. Would have to have been a pretty special strike from there for Jimenez to try and beat De Gea. Mike Hammer said, I remember Ronaldo as a kid when he joined Man United, the apple of Ferguson's eye. Yeah, look, watching United was one of my favorite childhood memories. Watching Ronaldo live. Scored a penalty whilst Tevez had 2 goals, actually. It was a bit of a dick move there, but that's Ronaldo for you. It's that elite mentality of I'm not going to let any goal slide. Now, we've seen 5 assists from Pogba in 2 games, and on all ball over the top there for Bruno. And just need to turn a bit better there. That's it, Shaw. Corner. Lacquer. Let's move.
Luke Shaw will take in front of the stand, the volunteer of which belongs entirely to the Hawks from Manchester. Sancho near post, Greenwood over his shoulder. Big stack of players on that penalty spot.
Right, so you got Pogba, Maguire, Varane, Bruno in the middle there. Luke Shaw will swing this in. Luke Shaw to Pogba is exactly what I need. Ooh, almost had Varane. Right, well, here comes the problem. Here's the break. No, man, Fred, he just passed it straight to him. Fred. Flippin' Wan-Bissaka has just saved Fred's Manchester United career. My goodness, off the line. But Fred, can you just sub right now? Right, now we can counter. Go. Counter.
Skip past that. They're going to make us to run into it. They got players that can do that. So Pogba and Fred in particular, they need to just get a grip of the game, get a grip of the ball for 5 minutes and just reset, settle themselves down.
Well, it's a pretty frantic game so far. I mean, Wolves are the 2 better chances here. And Wan-Bissaka, that's one of the stops of the blooming season already. And Fred, well, he's about to go into an international break, which means he might quarantine. And the way he's playing, it's probably a bit of a blessing in disguise, the way he's currently playing at United. Really not having a good time at the moment. Fred was pretty awful last week. Not had a good start this week either. Right. Bruno, what could pick up? No, you're not going to score from there, mate. I mean, I enjoy the confidence there from Bruno, but I mean, you're about 30 yards out, mate. That's a little bit ambitious. Rich Haynes is sick and tired of Fred. Preach to the converted. I mean, he gives the ball away. Trincao waits for him. He then gets sat down. Wan-Bissaka, what a player. That is a brilliant. I mean, it should have been 1-0. Fred there busy on the floor having to watch. It's gone underneath the hair's head, but Wan-Bissaka, that is a brilliant stop. And then Dan James as well with the work rate to get back. Now, Traum is playing today. Traum is hit it from a distance, but he's never going to beat Dave from there. But this is the problem. This is the problem with Adama Traore. When he pitches up, the man is a baller. But it takes a while for the little touch off Harry Maguire's heel there.
He's going to roll you. He's going to run you. He's going to make life very difficult for you. So you play him a little bit.
How's it, Honor? Hope you're well.
here on the last day of last season with a charity, but very, very young, inexperienced team as the squads are being kept safe from you.
Right, I've just changed my clock. I don't know how it jumped up ahead of there, but changed back. I'm on 8 minutes. I'm not quite 20 minutes ahead of everyone. Wan-Bissaka over the top. Not quite sure what the point was with that. Jose Saw, can't say I've watched too much of him, though, the new Wolves keeper. Rui Patricio making that move to Roma to meet up with Jose.
English football, the entirety of that history, nobody has ever gone 28. United can make that today. Here's Greenwood. We've been under the cosh early.
Free kick in a decent position. Of course, as Bruno gone down, Connor Cody's protesting. Oh, he's gone through Bruno to get that. So I don't really think you can have much to complain about there, Connor. Now, this is pretty far away. So it's about 10 yards from the box. So this would have to be a hell of a hit. Ah, there we go. Cut out of Ronaldo, of Ronnie. Well, it's not quite Mikel Antonio. He was lifting a cut out of himself last weekend, but Bruno, that's off the wall. Still alive. Dan James gets it across. Bang it! Oh, James that banged it. So it's Harry Maguire who hit it across. Straight off the wall. Harry Maguire there. Heading it across the face of the goal. Header away, doesn't quite go. Oof, and if Greenwood got a slight touch on Dan James' shot, that could have gone anywhere. Oh, that was a risky pass from Neves. Adama looks like the Adama that could rinse anybody at the moment. We're just chilling around the back here, inviting a bit of a press from United. Wan-Bissaka right up against Traore. It's going to be an interesting battle. He's gotten past Wan-Bissaka. Cuts inside of Fred. He finds Jimenez. Jimenez cuts in the back inside. Well, 2 blocks off Fred. No, sorry, it's Wan-Bissaka and Ferran. Kay Dixon says, haven't seriously followed football/soccer since around 2010. Nice to have this channel to help get back into it. Thank you for the streams. Yeah, I'm keen to sort of. I got so into my footy last year, and then after the disappointment of the Europa, I took a couple of months off. But the Euros was so easy to get back into it proper. But I'm a massive footy fan, so. Yeah, look, some people have been saying they don't really want us to do football, but we are favorite sports as opposed to just favorite football. So I'm keen to sort of start building a bit of a joint community and have different communities. You know, we can have our football community, we can have our rugby community, and then those sort of in the middle. NPC Clap says, what are you watching on DSTV down in South Africa? Johnny Nelson, I'm so happy CR7 is home. It's what's it, the most liked announcement by any sporting club ever with Cristiano Ronaldo. I think it was 12.9 million Instagram likes from that announcement. Everyone's happy he's home. I still can't actually believe it until he actually wears the shirt. I think I'm still not going to quite believe it. Pull over the top, Jeepers, Jadon Sancho. Well, Matinho is blasted over, and Jadon Sancho was trying to play a little clever ball back to Shaw. I mean, the cross is deep. All Jadon Sancho has to do is help it on his way, headers it back, and cheapers straight back into the path of Jimenez. You cross it to Martinho. And look, if there's one player in this Wolves side who could probably be able to pull that off. But Jadon Sancho, what are you doing there? Jeepers, me. K Dixon, let's have all sports living together in harmony. Well, I'm not sure we'll be able to live together in harmony, but maybe we could just sort of live together in next sort of. We can sort of just grin and bear it, I suppose. Never does seem to be much harmony between the sports, does there? Especially rugby and football. Rugby and football have such a hate-hate relationship. John Inell says CR7 is the best player ever. Do you play FIFA? Very, very badly. I haven't played FIFA. I used to play a lot when I was younger, but these days, come on, Dan. Build up there just being cut off when Dan James passed went a bit to right. Yeah, I'm so bad at FIFA these days that I actually need to sit down and get into it. Oh, that's a wary pass from Adama. Counters on. Touch from Green wasn't good enough. This is a great game, by the way. Proper end-to-end stuff. I think I need to start practicing FIFA. I also need to maybe get like Rugby Challenge, and maybe we'll do forever gaming. It'll be so bad though. I'm such a bad gamer these days. It's not even like entertaining. It's just horrible. I play on PC with an Xbox controller. Got it somewhere. Yeah, with this little blighter. But I've always been a PC gamer, probably because it's just easier for first person shooters. And I'm so bad. I need all the help I can get. Right, I think United just need to suss out a bit of possession here and just hold on to the ball because the counter attack from Wolves through Darmacharo has been murdering. And just as I said, Rafael chips the ball back to Wolves. Now, chaps, you can't put the ball in the air up to that front three. There is no height whatsoever. Hey, so finally a PC gamer. What's a PC master race, eh? And the rest. Yeah, I mean, I'm so bad. I mean, look, with FIFA and stuff, that's about the only thing I can use a controller for. You can controller on first-person shooter, it's a disaster. Get a PS4 or PS5, and I'll teach you. Listen, I mean, it's if you're a good teacher, I don't want to be the person to ruin the record. We had a PS4, and I was just so horrible on it. So I'll stick to my watching the sport. Not brilliant playing it. Probably even worse with sports gaming. Right, well, the ball's all the way back here. Come on, Dave. Where are we going here, chaps? Haven't had much of a midfield today. I mean, the Wolves midfield. Well, Darmacharo has found so much space. Oh, that's a better pass from Fred. Right, here we go, Greenwood. Pogba back to Fred. Come, Harry, get involved. Get involved. That's it. To Shaw on the left. Sancho. My son is named after Cristiano. Well, just as well I didn't go to City. Would have had to rename the poor child.
Is Swanky Chan, South Korean international, who has been announced today as a new signing from Red Bull Leipzig. Wolves goal getter by reputation and indeed deed. This, of course, a Korean international whose goal today has Tottenham top of the league. So he comes in as a rival for Son.
Well, after quite a frantic start, things are just sort of slowing down a little bit, which is probably what United need. Right, so John now reckons Man United 3-1 end result. I mean, I'll take 3 goals, especially if Pogba's getting involved. I really want a clean sheet. I'll take it 1-0 before 3-1. I really want this Varane partnership with Maguire to get off to a good start. It's like my biggest wish for today. 3 points and a clean sheet. Get those 2, and I'm a happy United fan. On free kick there, Fred on Jimenez. I mean, Fred, I don't want to be that guy, but what are your stats looking like at the moment? Because they can't be pretty. So Trincao and Matinho. I mean, those are the last two people you want to see over ball, and then you've got Raul Jimenez in the middle. It'll be Matinho and away from with Bruno. Good stuff. Good stuff. Semedo clips over the top. That'll be too far. Kadix says, does anyone remember when we could watch games in stadiums? Well, it seems like decades ago. Where was everyone's first live football soccer game? Well, I'm quite impressed when it comes to my first soccer game because it was at Old Trafford. When I went over to the UK back in 2007, I was 11 years old. That was actually my first soccer game. I actually didn't watch anything down here until the World Cup. So yeah, my first footy game was United versus, it was Derby. It was 4-1. Then I watched four World Cup games back in 2010. Obviously, the being South Africa was quite cool. I think the best game was probably seeing Germany versus Ghana. I also watched Bafana taking on France when we beat them in Bloemfontein. Good times there. But I haven't watched a footy game live in ages. I'd love to go back to the UK and not just watch United. I'd love to go on a bit of a UK tour and go and watch some URC, some Premiership Jeep, like Dan James crunch between two Wolves player, no foul. No, watch a bit of footy. Oh, that's a good move there from Trincao. He's done short. I just got Fred. And there's the free kick. Well, Fred is not having a particularly good time. Him and Shaw, they're being absolutely demolished by Trincao. Kelly says, mine was in Tampa Bay, Florida in 1996 to watch the Tampa Bay Mutiny. The team no longer exists. So sad. Loves Carlo Valderrama so much. So I'm assuming then Kelly watching quite a bit of MLS. I've never really got into MLS. Like, I mean, the time zone doesn't make it much easier, but probably something I should probably start keeping more of an eye on. I mean, I'm not going to watch League One, even with Messi there. I might watch the occasional PSG game, but it's been demoted to the 6th best league in Europe, so I'm not going to spend my time watching that crap. Maybe we'll do a Forever Sports USA tour. We'll go watch Major League Footy, go and watch the rugby. I think the Sevens World Cup's there at some stage. James back inside of the ball close to Pogba. Just not really happening at the moment for Manchester United. I think probably overcomplicating things a little bit. Midfield battle at the moment is not going particularly well with Fred and Pogba. There's always going to be a bit of an issue with them. Adama Traore and Trincao have both started very, very well. Thankfully, I haven't seen too much of Raul Jimenez. Long may that can continue. Traore. It's closed down by Fred. Corner for the Wolves.
Excellent work once more from Traore. 32 United shirts close to him, under the ball, clever little flick. Then that ball's got to get across that 6-yard box for Jimenez. Cody Gilman saves all into the mix.
Right, 22 minutes in, we've got corner for Wolves. On the left-hand side, yeah, look, I mean, with Harry Maguire, Rafael Varane, Paul Pogba, I mean, I know they've got Raul Jimenez, but we should, and Connor Cody, but surely we're winning these headers. João Moutinho will deliver. And away by Rafael Varane, who's finally at United. Spent years waiting for him to make the move, back when Ancelotti wasn't playing him. Look, I don't think he regrets not coming. He's got himself 4 Champions Leagues, but that would have been such a nice signing all those years ago. Trincao now. Back to Moutinho. Get out there. He clips over the top. Connor Cody headers over. Dixon, I wish I said I paid more attention to the MLS. I watch international teams more often. We're entering into the international break, I suppose. So I don't know if there's any good games. anything worth watching.
They have two guys that are in the mood. You can tell they're in the mood to take people on and try and produce and make the difference for their team.
Long ball over the top. Has given possession away. Back to Jimenez. Lays it off. Martinho. Traore chips over the top, and Maguire has to put that behind. We're under a lot of pressure, a bit of under the pump here. United Wolves definitely look a lot better on the attack. So Varane so far has had a bit of an iffy debut. A couple of decent touches, a couple of wayward passes. I think he's gifted possession away 2 or 3 times. I'm actually going to pull up a couple of stats. I'm going to have a look at it.
To turn this genuine good possession and threat into something tangible. Variation of the theme here. Fewer old shirts in the 6-yard box.
They've gone short now to create a bit more of an angle. Swinging in, and it's away by Harry. Fred after this. Ruben Neves back to Semedo. Was taken down. Sure, it's a bit of a dive. What? That looked very soft.
Steps across body checks to made another free kick, another opportunity. Of course, United have got big men in there. They've got Drogba, Varane, they've got Maguire, Wan-Bissaka. They've got some big lads in there that can leap and can compete for this. So any delivery from these sort of free kicks and wide areas has got to be good. It doesn't always have to be up in the air. You can find a little bit of room in a wide area, flash it across that 6-yard line.
Right, well, still can't seem to get us out of half. Another free kick. Away from Varane. That's what I'm saying. He's had 2 headers away, but his passing so far hasn't quite found the money. Ruben Neves puts it back in. Varane. Jimenez gets to the better of him. Well, Ruben Size almost scored a blooming spectacular bloody almost over the head. Pretty much a scissor kick there. And United are absolutely nowhere. I mean, it's so easy. Ruben Neves looks up, clips the... Oh, he's offside. Well, Jimenez is offside, so they got and checked. It wouldn't have counted. He gets on the right side of Varane, chips over the top, and Roman Saiz gets his foot up very high, cuts it across to David De Gea, thankfully going a little bit wide. But United actually just need to hold onto this damn ball and remember what it feels like. Right, Wan-Bissaka, what can you do for us? Jadon Sancho on the right. Whereas Pogba under pressure, and we've given it away. I mean, cheapers. The Wolves are pressing hard. They're putting a lot of our players under pressure, but really, we can't pass anything at the moment.
Just going to try and pick that right pass. And everything right though. He's only 27 minutes. And they're just going to get those bodies in there. Trincão's got to make sure when he sees a goal draw heading for the byline that he's in on that back post. And that Jimenez is in there, and another one from midfield maybe. Whether it's Neves or Moutinho. All these numbers in that box.
Right, now just keep it simple. Keep it simple. Pass to somebody that's not got 4 blooming players around him for once. You obviously see Pogba saying just slow it down. Varane going back to Maguire. So you can see the Wolves press, just waiting for that ball into the midfield, and then they're on there very, very quickly. So the pressing shape from Wolves has been impressive in the early stage. Right now, Shaw being tracked by Trincão. Trincão getting his foot in there and winning the ball. They're winning all the small battles here. Fred winning the ball back in the midfield. To Shane Sancho to Bruno. Long ball across to Dan James. Got quite a lot of space. Good take. Takes him on. Gets the cross to the middle. It'll go behind for a corner. Better. Decent ball from out wide from Bruno to Dan James. Dan James taking one, getting the cross in. That's better. It's better. Yeah, the trailing leg from Sice, they're doing the job. Well, if you score here, it will be against the run of play. I don't know, definitely wouldn't complain about that. Right, Greenwood on corner duty. Headed up by the first man to the other side, so Paul Pogba tracks it down. He sees Sancho, desk touch to Bruno, back to Shaw. Now Shaw puts it in, that's too far, and goes straight into the arms of Jose Sa. Now immediately Wolves on the break. Trincao holding up play there. Jimenez was tearing on the right-hand side, but he couldn't really pick the pass there. But Trincao is playing fantastically. I think he was going to be a very good signing for Wolves. I think we've got to play it down. But from the sounds of Molyneux, I think it's a United player. I was about to say, if I had to hazard a guess, I'm pretty sure it's Bruno. He's just been caught on the end of his toe there. He's actually bounced back up on his feet and then decides, they should just keep playing. Yeah, unfortunately, not the toughest of players is Bruno Fernandes. Loves a good few minutes on the floor. I mean, there's nothing in the challenge whatsoever. Well, Scholzka not looking particularly happy, very admittedly so. Well, he's having a word with Jadon Sancho, just trying to get him involved in the game a little bit more, and also being a little more aware when they go out of possession. Now, I don't know how this is happening, but my clock keeps falling behind the official clock. So one of us is not counting seconds properly, because literally I'm on sync at 30 minutes and 50 seconds now. But for whatever reason, in like 5 minutes' time, I'll be behind again. One of us is in the future. Well, I don't think I've ever been particularly ahead of too many curve stuff like that. So I don't think it's me. I'll probably back the $1 million clock more than my little plug-in over here. Right, so it's a throw into United and Harry Maguire. Well, we've kept about to say Harry Maguire has to give that back. Toss it over the top there after Bruno Fernandes. It was all right to continue after spending a bit of time on the ground. Needs to kind of cut that out, actually. It's probably my only gripe with Bruno Fernandes. Well, he's leading the press now. Hit chest off from Traore. Early ball from Jimenez, but it's too far, and De Gea will be able to get there. But this Wolves counter, in fact, not even Wolves counter, pretty much the Wolves everything at the moment. It's just working really well. And I think United at the moment probably need half time. And Pogba giving that ball away. They're trying to hit on the outside of his boot. Well, Wolves have structurally been very, very sound. You know, you can see the passing options haven't really been there. They're moving well. They're pressing well. Make it really difficult for United to pass in between the lines. Right down to the right-hand side to Wan-Bissaka. James was going on a run, but Wan-Bissaka says he prefers to pass it back to the middle of the Wolves' defense. One back here, Sancho to Greenwood. Gets there ahead on the left-hand side, back to Bruno. And passed all the way back to the centre defenders. As I'm saying, we're really trying to penetrate this Wolves defence. Ball over the top, headed back from Semedo, but Greenwood does win the first ball. Almost cheeky Meg there, and then goes down, but referee says play on. All right, ball back here. Bruno Fernandes, what can you do? Good. Well, if it couldn't go any worse, United players are currently tackling each other, so this is going fantastically well. So Wolves haven't scored yet this season, so it'll probably be about right with United's luck if they were to go and score their first of the season today. Definitely had the better chances. I mean, Jose Sarr hasn't really had to work so far. Traore gets on the outside and wins the corner off Ferran. And jeepers, just all far too easy. Ball in there, ball away from Maguire. Trying to get out of their own half. Then Sancho tackled there, Ruben Neves. He still managed to get it, and he wins his throw in. But oh, jeepers, this is just... He just can't get out of our halves. There's an urgency to get it back from the Wolves team, which is really good to watch. Wolves in the box again. Ferran making the important information. Just clear the damn ball. Pogba missing up there. I mean, jeepers, what's going on here, chaps? We've got nobody really to break, so Fred's taking his time, goes to Sancho, giving it to Greenwood, but Greenwood's going to be... Japers, that's not a great challenge. He scored in 8 of his last 10 Premier League games. He's just got that great feel, Peter, hasn't he? Seeing young players now and again. Right, so what we can do on the right-hand side. Wan-Bissaka, that's so poor. It is so poor. There's really good work there from Dan James, the work rate, but the pass from Wan-Bissaka is horrendous. It's like we all woke up today and forgot how to pass. Pogba ball over the top towards Sancho, who gets out-jumped. Now Martinho operating down the right-hand side off to Trincao. He's giving Shaw quite a lot of work to do today. The ball in. I was too close to the hail. Thank you very much from us. So otherwise, could have been a bit dangerous. But I mean, United have been. I keep trying to find the stats and going through it, but it really has not been an impressive game. So stats at the moment. Well, according to the United app, Wolves have got 60% team momentum, 47% possession. They completed 137 of their 162 passes. They created 5 chances to United's 2. Bruno Fernandes, come on! Ah, it's offside. Looked down for a moment. I thought we had scored. Well, you see the standard Pogba ball clips over the top. Bruno just goes too early. It was 1-on-1. It's a great finish. It's a great ball.
That's the kind of warning side of Bruno Fernandes. He did that in the opening game against Leeds once, Pogba, and he got on the same wavelength. And all of a sudden that started to turn things forward and make the difference completely. He drops in short, or he loiters in that little space between defence and midfield, and then he very quickly runs in behind and he's good at it. Coutinho. Jimenez doing his pass. Anyway, killed and the crowd loves that. Anyway, Coutinho, the crowd loves that too. And now the flag's up for offside.
Well, it's starting to heat up a little bit more. Pogba going past Bruno, straight to Dan James. Need a couple of play people only at the Wolves players here. Dan James cuts inside to Wan-Bissaka. Bruno waiting for someone to try and find options in the middle. Eventually goes back to Pogba. And he's lost the ball there now. Adama Traore's got 4 players. It's 4-1-3 here. It's 4-1-3 here. He's waiting to see where he's going to go. The ball goes slightly behind Jimenez, but still on. Jimenez goes back to Traore. He gets away from Shaw. And the shot is eventually blocked from Maguire. Doesn't seem much urgency there from Traore. He had a lot of space. I mean, it was a 4-1-3 Wolves against United there, and he just didn't really seem like he wanted to sort of get going there. So it was a bit strange there from Traore. I think if he had attacked him with a bit more sort of aggression, I reckon that the chance would have won there. Oh, it's even there. It's not a particularly good pass. It's like nobody can pass the ball at the moment. Fred to Maguire. Maguire down to Shaw. And Shaw's ball is cut out. I mean, I reckon the standard United stat of probably, I think every player has almost given away the ball about 5 times. Pogba to Dan James. Holding it up, and it's a foul against, I think it's Sice there. I think it was against Dan James. Oh, they take it quickly of the Wolves. Neves down to Semedo down the right-hand side. Not impressed with this 40 minutes. Not impressed. I haven't had a particularly good weekend. The bloody Western Province managed to qualify in the Currie Cup. City annihilated Arsenal. Fantasy's not going particularly well. Now United are playing like blooming Sunday League pub footballers. Short to Fred. No, it's not a great pass from Varane, and it's not a good touch at all from Bruno Fernandes. He's gifted possession back to Marcel. He cuts back towards Jimenez. I mean, you're hard pressed to sort of look at which team has won 2 from 2 and which team has lost first those opening games at the moment. Neves trying to go from distance and pulls a shot well wide to the left. But I mean, chances created. I reckon Wolves must have hit over 10, and I reckon we've had 3. It'll be at a push.
Something changes in the next couple of minutes or so, I'm going to have anything to show for it, which is a worry when you're playing against the best teams. You let them off. You'd like to think that United are going to be better. They're going to need to be. They've been very average so far. Avoiding being dispossessed again. The worry for Wolves fans is that it was a not dispossessed last week against Tottenham. They very, very well. And lost it 1-0.
I just say much respect to your ground, Stephen. Not a lot of people that will be sitting here for only 7 people. Keep going, brother. We're all going to start somewhere. Yeah, well, we're all going to. Oh, DJ's in the middle. Look, I mean, it's the start of a new sort of project that's going with football. So there's always going to be. I mean, when I started Forever Rugby, it was similar. You know, we started with 10 people on a stream for live watch-alongs at rugby, and then we had the Lions series over 1,000 people. So yeah, look, we've mainly got a we've mainly got a rugby audience, so I didn't expect there to be a lot of people here at football. But at the end of the day, if we want to try and grow the various sports, we actually just have to do it and build the audiences there. So that hopefully we've got content for football fans, content for rugby fans, content for cricket fans, and everybody in between. Thanks for the follow on Instagram. Absolute pleasure. Yeah, well, if anybody wants to follow me on Instagram, I'll follow you back, TVP Sports. So I think the 8 people that are watching probably all follow me already. So don't think I'm going to get much joy from there.
To a point, Maguire is entitled to speak with the referee as the Manchester United captain. So my team is equally entitled to lay down the law, and so he does.
We're just saying to him there, you need to sort your boys out. So one or two of them are getting a little bit too much, having too much to say.
Well, half time is needed. You see, I'm already 5 seconds behind. I need to have a word with the developer. Oh, that's a good touch from Bruno. Mason Greenwood. Oh, across the face of goal towards the right. Well, that's the best chance of the afternoon so far. Not much of an angle there. Really good touch from Bruno here. Short ball at the top. Fantastic touch from Bruno. Well onside. And just didn't really have the angle. By the time he dropped the shoulder, went left. Or is he going to have to do well to beat Joe Saar from there? It says, true, I'm also a rugby fan, actually not really into football, just popped into sport. Yeah, well, I think that's, well, I really appreciate that. And that's the nice thing is that we've sort of got quite a big rugby community. So within there'll be a couple of people that like footy, but if we'll get there eventually. And hopefully you can convert a couple of rugby fans to footy fans. We can convert some footy fans to rugby fans. And then we'll move over to cricket, although the process is so dismal at the moment that I'm having a bit of a love-hate relationship with that game. Right, win probability at the moment is sitting at 26% for Wolves, 35% for United, which I think is generous, given that we've definitely been the worst team in the opening 45.
Yeah, exactly right. But at any given moment with Mason Greenwood and Bruno Fernandes, as we just saw with Hopper, he gets this game going a little bit more. He's been a little bit up and down, Pogba. In possession, 2 need to run slightly deeper, of course, to go.
And the halftime whistle goes to end a pretty horrendous game of footy from United. Wolves have had the majority of the chances, and we are looking very, very asleep at the moment. Greenwood almost towards the end of the half, giving us a bit of reason to hope, but overall, we've got Bruno giving some words to the referee. He's already got a yellow card for his dissent. It's probably not the best thing to do. I'll take a short break. I'll grab a couple of refills, get your drinks and stuff like that, and I'll join you guys for the second half in about 10 minutes or so. Before I go, that's Kevin says, hey, Stephen, do you think upset on the cards? Well, the way the Wolves have played in the first half, they definitely looked the better side. I don't think I couldn't deal with the news that, first of all, that Cash van Nooyen is probably going to be in charge of the Lions again, that the Western Province snuck into the Currie Cup semi-finals, as well as United losing. I wouldn't cope very well. Which says, watch Zim cricket, you'll love it. I've got a fantastic video of Zim cricket, which sort of summed up why I don't watch it. But I'll see you guys in a few for the second half. Before then, please do smash like on the video, and I'll check you guys. Right, and we are back. Well, I'm back for what will hopefully be a much better second half. Key will still to come in a few minutes, so I thought we'd just take a bit of time and look at some of the statistics from that pretty dreadful first half, really, from United. So I want to pull up the stats here. No, not there. There. Right, so this is how the stats read in the first half. In fact, I can do this. There we go. So the stats from the first half there, this is also on SofaScore, is that possession is 55% for Manchester United, and yet look at the shots, look at the shots on target. I mean, 9 shots from Wolves compared to 5, 3 on target. Manchester United not 1 shot on target that entire half. 3 corners to 2. Manchester United are committing more fouls. They've got a yellow card. It's Bruno Fernandes, who was booked for dissent. They've each created one big chance. Look, I think Wolves, one big chance is probably a little bit harsh now. They reckon they've probably done about 2 there. But it's this over here. I mean, 82% of the dribbles have been completed. United attempted just 4 and completed 1 of them. Possession, I mean, look, possession, they've traded possession quite a lot. But it hasn't been good for United. And you can see the Wolves dominating most of the stats you want to dominate. Accurate passes are pretty even. But you look at some of the players here, and this is where the issue's been with United, the fact that their front 3 haven't really pitched up, and that Fred is having a really poor game in the midfield, and Pogba doesn't look happy next to him at all. And then Bruno Fernandes had that he had the ball back in the net, but he was offside. Had that very nice touch to Mason Greenwood, but he's also got booked for the set, which is pretty poor. But I think that Rafael Varane and Harry Maguire have had pretty solid halves there. So we look at Varane's first 47 minutes in United shirt. He's won 2 out of his 1 duel, which is an aerial duel. Lost possession 3 times, but his passing's been very good, 32 from 35. His long balls have been pretty decent. He gave away the ball a couple of times. And Maguire, I think if you look at Maguire's stats, I reckon we'll see quite a few clearances there from him. 3 clearances from him, 2 blocked shots, an interception. So pretty tidy so far from Maguire. The passes have been tidy, but they haven't had to do particularly complicated passes. But if you look at Fred, who's currently sort of sitting at a 6.3, the only person worse so far according to SofaScore is Mason Greenwood and Jadon Sancho. Fred with 43 touches, which you'd imagine for a midfielder. But, he's had 6 duels and he's won just 1 of the 6 duels so far. 1 clearance, no interceptions, no block shots. He's been dribbled past 4 times and made just 1 tackle. And this is the problem with United, that we can't move towards a single. Fred can never be a single defensive midfielder because he can't play that position. So we constantly have to go with a double pivot. Paul Pogba cannot play in a double pivot the way we set up anyway. United has a double pivot, which is quite a deep lying double pivot. So, this midfield is a bit of a disaster. Without Scott McTominay, there's no balance. We saw Fred and Matic playing last week, both left-footed, and it was a disaster. Paul Pogba, we'll look at his stats at the moment. 85% passing accuracy. He's played 8 long passes, 6 of them have been accurate. Hasn't won any duels. Won 1 aerial duel there. He's lost possession 9 times, 1 clearance, 1 interception. He's been dribbled past 1, but it's the lack of chance. He hasn't really created much. He had that 1 ball over the top, which Bruno was offside. It was a really good ball, but that's sort of where you want to see him. But at the moment, he's really struggling. You look at the heat map, and it is a heat map of a double pivot there. You can see Paul Pogba spending most of his time on the right-hand side, Fred very much on the left, and then a little bit of time on the right-hand side as well. So, and that sort of heat position there, you can probably sort of see has been a lot to do with the Wolves shape. The fact that we have had more sort of space really to operate down the right, where the Adama Traore has been quite far forward. But if we look at Adama Traore, well, he's just having an absolute field day. 7.5 at the moment, the highest rated player of anyone. Completed all 7 of his dribbles. He's had 30 touches so far, 2 key passes. He's won 7 out of 8 duels. Not doing any defending, but jeepers, he's been looking really, really good. And this front 3, I talked about it earlier. I think this front 3, could have been quite a good season. Raul Jimenez's hold-up play has been pretty decent. He's had 3 key passes. Had a couple of duels that he's won, but, 1 shot on target. So he would like to get the ball a little bit more. You look at that heat map, and he probably needs to get more ball inside the box. So yeah, I mean things need to change. Things need to change, and I mean you're looking at United. They're always supposed to be a very young side. The current average age 26 years old, and I think that the frustrating thing is that Fred, who these days is quite a senior player, has been pretty nowhere. Paul Pogba is not influencing the game at all in this double pivot. Bruno Fernandes has struggled to get into the game, hasn't had much opportunity. Dan James and Aaron Wan-Bissaka look pretty poor down the right-hand side moving forward. Wan-Bissaka with a crucial block off the line after Fred gave away the ball terribly in the midfield. Luke Shaw's been quiet. And the three at the back, the sort of formation for Wolves is working quite well. The press over the moment between, the likes of Jean Martino, Ruben Neves, Trincao, Marcel, Semedo has been really good. They've sort of allowed Manchester United to carry the ball out, and as soon as they make that pass into the midfield, the likes of Paul Pogba, Fred, Bruno are being targeted quite quickly. Jadon Sancho has barely influenced the ball at all. You can see he's lost the ball 4 times. Bruno Fernandes has lost the ball 6 times. So it needs to get a lot better from United. But the players are out. We will have kickoff very shortly. In fact, there it goes. So kickoff the next 45 minutes. Manchester United have to improve because it was a pretty horrendous first half. So hopefully I don't think it'll be long if this continues until I say that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has never been that keen on an early substitution, but at the way it's going, it's really not working. So we have to see something change.
What's been said in United's dressing room, Andy? Well, again, greater desire, more urgency.
Right, so Kate Dixon asked earlier, where would you guys watch your first footy game? And Sinead Hollenbach says, first live football match was Kyle Chiefs for Orlando Pirates, Soweto Derby, back in 2002. Rich Andy, more recent, Cape Town City versus Kyle Chiefs, 2018. Now, I want to get back into a footy stadium, and Rich Andy, now that he's in Joburg, we're going to go hit those Soweto Derbies. Maybe go and watch Sundowns in Pretoria, and go watch some SA footy before we do the Forever Sports World Tour, and go and watch Premier League, Champions League. Maybe go to those hectic leagues, go to like Turkey and watch, Galatasaray and that sort of those really, really intense games. Right, ball over the top from Varane. It's cut out quite quickly. But he's won it back there. Fred in the midfield. To Shaw. Sancho right up against the corner, winning himself a corner. That's good stuff. Cadix and Kyle Chiefs everywhere. I thought Kyle Chiefs were just a band. No, they were a half-decent football side back in the day. In fact, they're technically my football side, my SA football side. If you had to ask me who do I support, I don't really watch the Premier Soccer League in South Africa. But if I did, the Chiefs would be my team. But these days, they didn't do too badly in the CAF Champions League last year. But in the league, they've been pretty nowhere. Right, early chance here from the corner. Luke Shaw. And it's headed away and then booted away. Fred in the midfield. Headers it up and Pogba's come all the way back to help him out. Right, Pogba, this is about as far forward as he's gone on his bicycle. And the ball is far, far too close to the touchline. It is wrapped up by Jose Sarr. So it's a bit of a conundrum when it comes to Paul Pogba because you don't want him so deep. And the problem is with the double pivot, especially the way Manchester United operate, is that even in theory, though, he's supposed to be playing the more sort of box-to-box role, he doesn't really get up to the other box. We barely saw him sort of further in the halfway line in that first half. And that's where the conversation is coming regarding getting a CDM, where you can have a deep-lying player to sort of play those easy passes, which Paul Pogba's been playing mostly today. And then you can get Paul Pogba further up the pitch where you can try and sort of play that final ball and those sort of deadly passes and those creative passes and be able to get past players and shoot from range, which is what's made him such a lethal player in the past. See, like here, right on the midfield, playing this. So it's almost like it's the passing that Manu Matic used to play at Chelsea. We've got to get that deep line midfielder in. And Dan James just not being able to control on the byline. I reckon we've got to see a sub soon. Surely Cavani comes on and we see Greenwood shift to the right. Surely. I mean, Luke Shaw and Luke Shaw just giving away cheaply there. Thankfully, it's a poor touch of Jimenez, but Jadon Sancho giving away there. Fred getting more involved, but just nobody can just keep possession at the moment. They're Fred back to the middle and Pogba. Right, Pogba picking out Sancho. You got Shaw with company on the left. I hadn't seen much of Jadon Sancho so far. Taking a while for him to sort of settle into things. Now you can see Pogba wanting to try and get further up the park. Dan James right on the touchline. He lined up Marcel, had a go, couldn't quite get it away. Still has his Dan James, and he turns around and passes straight into Marcel. It really hasn't been a good game for Dan James. That's why I reckon that first substitution, probably Cavani on, Dan James off, Greenwood shifting towards the right. Alternatively, what you can do is you can put Donny van der Beek on, move Sancho to the right, move Pogba to the left, and put van der Beek in the midfield, and you can take off Dan James. But I'd just like to see us sub sooner rather than later at the rate it's going. If we don't improve, make a change. Make a change. Coutinho with a nice ball out wide. Coutinho's played nicely. He really does control the tempo of the game very, very well. Portuguese midfielder. Smedo. Trincao there with a bit of 1-2. Back to Martinho. Now, I think, the way we sort of see João Martinho influence the game is probably sort of what you kind of want to see from Paul Pogba. And that's why there's the talk about Ruben Neves potentially being a good addition, because he can allow Martinho to just roam a little bit more. Oh, my living. Trincão's taking him on 1-hit squared, and thankfully, Rafael Varane has come and made that blooming block. That was awful. I don't know who he skipped past here. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Varane shouting at the chaps. Right, so João Martinho at the corner. Quite a stacked Wolves. Well, it's gone quite to the far post, and it's well read by, I think it was Wan-Bissaka who heads it out as Jimenez, I think it was, lining up the volley. Bruno lumps it forward. Oh, my phone's down. We're everywhere. Yeah, you see Cavani looking like going to come on. I reckon we'll see Dan James off, Greenwood towards the right. But I don't think it can be too far before. Surely we have to see Donny van der Beek. The midfield's not really working. You've got to make a change there.
Clearly he'll go up the middle. It's just whether I thought Greenwood would stay on him. We just either Dan James or Sancho, probably Dan James. Here is Sancho.
Sancho playing about a lack of pass there. It's just not happening for United. Oh, here comes the break, but thankfully the ball's too far and Maguire chips towards the middle to Pogba. Right, Dan James on the left. Well, this is where he's better on the left. And he puts in a cross. This is the thing.
Well, Edinson Cavani finished last season with 9 goals in the last 11 games. He's on in place of Daniel James, having scored also a couple of goals for Uruguay as they reached the quarterfinal of the Copa America. Lost.
Right, so Cavani is on for Dan James. So as we thought, we'll see Greenwood move towards the right. And Cavani will play through the middle. The frustrating thing is, I think if Dan James were to play an entire game on the left and have Edinson Cavani as a target man in the middle, I think it would work quite well. That's the best way. It's the only way you're going to see anything out of Dan James. But we just don't ever try it. Kevin says, why Arsenal keep failing? Do you think players, coach, are they not buying any great players? I think there's a lot of things wrong with Arsenal. Obviously, the Kroenkers are not the best owners. And I think for a club that spent a lot of money in the window, they haven't really improved their starting 11, apart from maybe Odegaard. But, there's big question marks over Arteta. A lot of people say, trust the process, he's a good manager. But to not have scored a single goal, they're currently sitting in 20th. Spurs got Nuno Espirito Santo sitting at first after 3 games, 3 from 3, the only side in the Premier League. I mean, that Arsenal, look, they're missing quite a few players, but that 11 is just nothing special. It's nothing special. I'm not convinced that Arteta's anything special. So I think as a combination, there's just a lot wrong with Arsenal at the moment. And it'll take a while before we sort of see them back at any sort of glory.
It's been 2-1 here on the 9th of May, and Brighton had a couple sent off in that game. Of course, there's a record that straddles the summer. Those 3 games in May don't have a lot to do with what's happened in August, but so they're thirsty for upgrade.
Right, Charo again, not getting past Wan-Bissaka this time, but winning himself a foul in the process.
Yeah, it's getting frustrated. Pogba gave the ball away and then trying to rectify that.
Well, it looked a little bit better so far in the early stage of the second half. Long may that continue. I think it will work with Cavani being a bit more direct.
Because he just lights it up every time he gets the ball into his feet. And they need to try and do that a little bit more. He did it brilliantly at the start of the game.
Marcel. Marsh just keeps pacing. In an easy start to the season, 3 games against last season's top 7. After the international break, actually, they have consecutive games against newly promoted and then bottom half teams from last year.
It's a poor loss there from Cavani. Not a particularly good first touch for the season, giving possession way back to Wolves.
To some extent, an easing up of the intensity.
We will be live again, by the way, all the rugby people. We will be live tonight at about 8:30 for our rugby news show. A couple of rumours in and around the Lions, as well as potentially some player movements. The Bulls in talks to sign a potential former World Cup winner. So we'll be doing our sort of weekend wrap-up tonight. And then we'll be live a couple of times this week. We'll get that schedule up for you guys tomorrow. That's a pretty horrendous free kick there from I think it was Ruben Neves. But they've won position back, have Wolves. And Pogba just busy mounting Adama Traore. And they'd ordered him the foul. He was offside. I was about to say. Got a space down the right-hand side. Wan-Bissaka, how about you actually run into the space instead of just passing it? Like, just Pogba ball over the top to Bruno. He's found Bruno. He's onside. Cavani! Oh, mate. Oh, Fred!
As soon as he sees Pogba getting there, he recognises he's going to deliver it. Brilliantly timed. Look at that. And very difficult to stop. And that's really good play from the two of them there.
We go direct for recognising the issue.
Well, I'll tell you what, Fred's not played particularly well today, but if he had scored that, it would have been a spectacular goal. But better from United. I think if Bruno was a bit quicker to find Cavani there, he was free. But a much better ball over the top. Passing seems to be a little bit crisper from United. I think the Wolves' press has also dropped off a little bit. They were very, very high intensity in the first half. But even just small thing, I think the centre backs they are passing towards the halfway line, where the Wolves were not allowing them to get that far up in the first half. So I think the Wolves get tired. I reckon United can obviously sort of press a bit further. You see, like now, Harry Maguire well inside the Wolves' half. Now ball out wide to Jadon Sancho. Sancho trying to pick out the pass to Bruno and giving possession away. But here comes Trincao. And he's going to have to go back. Yeah, I doesn't seem much urgency here from Wolves.
Nice. He scored the breakthrough goal against Nottingham Forest in the League Cup on Tuesday.
Wolves are their first sort of extended period. I mean, we're up to an hour, by the way. Up to an hour. No goals at the moment at the Molineux. United looked a little bit better in the second half. Domotore now on the right-hand side. Oh, it's towards Jimenez. I think Wan-Bissaka did enough to put him off. And it's a goal kick as well, so that's a great result. It was a good cross from Domotore. He's definitely been the man of the match. He just measures up Fred, gets to the right-hand side, can't do anything over the top, and Jimenez is coming towards him, and Wan-Bissaka just sort of does enough to get away from him, and seems to win himself the goal kick, which is a useful result. Now passing around towards the back. See, the problem is you're not going to counter-attack Wolves. With five at the back, they're very, very defensively sound. So, you probably need to look at. Yeah, I don't think he's played particularly well. You probably have to look at Cavani, Greenwood, or Sancho, or putting in on Donny van der Beek and moving Pogba to the left, just to try and sort of pass our way through the Wolves setup. A couple of balls over the top have worked, but that's been pretty much it. We've really battled to sort of pass between the lines. I mean, you're looking at that back line. It's a back line of almost 6 from Wolves. So it's a difficult one to try and bypass. So weaving his way around, we're running into Pogba. Now Sancho going behind Bruno. You see, that's the problem. That pass there just hasn't quite come off. Bruno chipping it towards Pogba. Now Pogba into the better, further up the pitch. 1-2 with Sancho. Well, he's taken off late there by Martinho. And Grimo losing our possession. That's poor. That's poor. Jimenez is going on his bike. Varane quite early ball to Traore. He's just got to Maguire. Fred's coming back. Trincao has fluffed the shot. Thank goodness. If he catches this nicely, Trincao, I think he might be scoring. And you can see the reaction there. That was a chance. That's a big chance. Varane sort of semi-committed to go to Jimenez and almost stepped off him, which allowed the pass in by Traore. Goes inside. Harry Maguire's backpedaling, and Trincao can't catch it as well. Bruno Lage, nice smile from him. I think he knows that was quite an important chance. And Mason Greenwood is down. Don't know what the issue is.
His unsympathetic crowd becomes still less sympathetic once you stand straight up. Here's what happened.
So Pogba trying to play the ball over, then Greenwood's taken out. No foul there was given.
Game's waiting to be won by someone, Peter. Whoever can find the better quality at the top of the field.
Here we go. The break's on with Greenwood. He's got Cavani. Bruno's coming. He's got Sancho Van there. Oh, no, Greenwood, you idiot. Oh, stupid little step over things.
Just turned away immediately once Mason Greenwood ignored it. That's where United are usually so good. Teams in that sort of moment. Chance missed there.
Well, that's a strange pass down the Samara down the line. Maguire will just wait for this. I don't think it's going to roll, so he does have to play it. Holding out Trincao, and eventually finding his centre back partner. Good there for Maguire, actually. Now Luke Shaw a bit further out the pitch, driving ahead, trying to wait for that run from Cavani, and that's just chipped over. That's back to a corner. Marcel not communicating particularly well with Jose Sa and sort of putting that behind him, but needlessly.
Just pushing that back to it.
25 minutes to play at an increasingly uncertain Molyneux. On Greenwood, up by Semedo. After an excellent but fruitless first half display from Wolves.
Nothing coming from the corner there. Wolves thinking about a break. But the ball from Jimenez, who's holding it up, not quite coming off there. I remember Saka on the left-hand side of the park. I'm quite sure what he's doing there, but he's on the run. He's on the bicycle. Bit of space on the right-hand side. Bruno Fernandes pops up. Chip over the top towards Cavani. And it's put in behind by Semedo. With Cavani behind him. That's not going to...
United are still struggling to really stitch it together. You start to feel now that there might be an opportunity here. They might start to sense it. The Wolves have really thrown everything out and they're just starting to wilt a little bit.
The substitution is full. Happy with the...
And you have a change of ball.
Next substitution is going to be a Wolves change. An effective one. More of that in a second. First, Manchester United's corner. Shaw takes Maguire, attacks it and falls. Marcel emerges. Bruno Fernandes changes direction for United again.
Shaw back inside. That's better from size. Now a bit of space here for Wolves. You hacks it ahead. Traore is the intended target as usual. And Shaw got back brilliantly there. He's still got the ball there. Traore has been forced towards the right. Christ, those stars are big. My goodness. Traore against Shaw's. Oh, it's the family jewels. The family jewels get manscaped out because you need a bit of a trim there. It's a fantastic challenge initially from Shaw. Can't get the ball out from under his feet, which means Traore gets to stand up and have another go. But by then, all the support is back. Well, it's getting better. It's heating up. And 67 minutes have gone, and it's finally heating up. Luke Shaw and his family jewels seem to be okay to continue. Still breathing very, very deeply. I would too, to be fair to him. Martinho crossed in. It's a very good cross. Oh, Joe! How is that stayed out? I mean, the save and the rebound. I think the rebound comes off the post. It's a brilliant save from De Gea. To be fair, I don't know how much he actually knew about it. But how that has stayed out, I have no idea. Now United looking to counter. Ball over on the bottom of Pogba's to Bruno's good one. Slight deflection to Sancho. Back to Bruno. Does he make the second save as well? The first save, boom, straight at him. The second one, oh, that is brilliant. David De Gea, knight him. Sir David. Well, we could sell Henderson because if Da's going to play like that this season, we're in. We are in. That is a sensational save.
Still wondering how. Yeah, he's got a score there, please. That's got to end up in the back of there. He just gets it off.
Well, Trincao had a good game. Looked a bit tired and he's off. And Podence is on in the number 10 jersey. Number 10 shirt, I suppose. We're back to footy now.
He scored on his comeback in the League Cup on Tuesday. He's on wearing 10. And he's on the ball to Dents.
What can Podence do?
Slung stylishly towards Traore. He wants to take on Fred.
Traore on Fred. Shoot! Oh, goodness me. This is getting close. This is getting close. Another solid save by Hayward. It was hit solidly enough by Neves, but not quite. Just a little bit close to De Gea to try and get past him. But this is getting very, very sketchy. You see, you have to try and place this in the pot right corner, and it's pretty comfortable. It's comfortable height there for De Gea. Well, United putting on Martial. Not sure that might make much of a difference. Things just calming down a bit after that bit of a frantic period. As Rich says, Dave saves. That's got to be done. There's one of the saves. That second save, right? I mean, it's point blank range. To get up and make a second save like that is huge. And if United go on to win this game and not score a goal, we can thank De Gea for that. That was incredible. Maguire not finding Shaw.
Alteration. Actually, Martial is going to come on. Very little question, Andy, that Jadon Sancho will have better afternoons than this time.
Jadon Sancho makes way for Martial. It's the right decision. Martial's not had as great as, Jadon Sancho did not have a particularly good day. Hasn't quite found his radar just yet tonight. It'll take a while for him to settle in. It's kind of to be expected, I suppose. Come on, man. We can't afford to drop 2 points again. With this save, having another look at that save. Varane is nowhere there. Boom. And it's that second save. Size can't believe how he's not scored that, but that's just fantastic goalkeeping. Fred out wide to Bruno. It's a 50-yard bus. Has a bit of a poor ball to give. Asking a lot from Mason Greenwood. Right, so Anthony Martial now will be playing off the left. Interesting to sort of see where he'll play this year. We've got Cristiano Ronaldo through the middle and Cavani through the middle. Greenwood's been playing a lot through the middle. So Martial is going to probably have to try and make a name for himself on the left. To be honest, I think he can probably leave. Jimenez ball behind Semedo. Semedo has to go and collect it. Well, Semedo let it go, but nobody was behind him. Right, Bruno, early ball over the top towards Greenwood. He finds something on the left. It's a good touch from Greenwood. He's gotten away from Cody. He needs to find something in the middle. It's good tracking back. Oh, well, there we go. It's a corner. It will be a corner. Greenwood trying to pick out Cavani. The touch here from Greenwood was good. It's 50-50. The touch takes him past Connor Cody. He's got no pace there, but it's really good reading there. It was going to be really difficult for Greenwood to try and pick out Cavani from that angle, but really, really good there for Greenwood. The first touch was exactly what he needed. Had the pace, got past the player. Cross not quite there, but it is a corner, so we've got a chance again.
It's been alerted to the position of the ball, possibly just outside the bottom.
Right, so Luke Shaw at the corner. It's decent looking cross towards the back post. Harry Maguire with the intended target. Doesn't quite get it. It's chased down by Greenwood and kept alive. Gets inside to Pogba. Woo! Over the top from Pogba. I think Jose Sarr actually had to push it over. So it will be another corner. Good touch there from Greenwood. Just goes inside. In fact, I think he fumbles it there and it lines up perfectly with Pogba. It takes one look and bang. Ooh, I think that's almost going to. I think that would be sneaking into the top corner. I think that would have gone to the roof of the net. So that could have been a brilliant goal from Pogba. It's a good save. It was right at him, Sarr, but just helping it over, not taking any chances. Right to the front post there. Ball bubbles, but Jose Sarr eventually goes on. Grabs down it. Now he wants to get things going immediately towards Podence, who's tearing after it. De Gea's come out, and De Gea will just boot that. Sweeper keeper. That's what we need from you, Dave.
Making sure he's popping things up like that.
Being an Iberian goalkeeper to another. So straight through to the hair.
Well, I'm saying keeping that alive. Under pressure from Podence. They gets it away to Varane. Well, it's opening up here. Wolves had a couple of chances here, but United, the more the Wolves are sort of going into it and sort of building up there, the more United are being able to sort of counter-attack, which is sort of suits the game plan. Yeah, and Pogba's been better in the second half. He's sort of been pushed further up there as the Wolves' press has dropped a little bit. But nothing clear-cut just yet in the second half. That chance of Pogba probably being the best one. All right, Martial, first touch of the day. What can you do? Well, he gets away from two. Sees the run of Cavani, but then chips it straight on towards Marcel. Now Traore, got quite a few players in front of him. Goes to the right of Luke Shaw and kicks it out there. Thankfully for United, Traore has faded a little bit in the second half. He still has very good moments, but it's not quite the first half masterclass he was busy putting on in that first 45 minutes. 13 minutes left. United have to score a goal. You have to score a goal. Dropping 2 points. I mean, we would have dropped 4 points in the first 3 games. You cannot afford to do that if you want to be in a title challenge.
Somebody just elevate themselves out of the ordinary a little bit to do something very special.
Match now, which, if it is to be won, is likely to be won in a moment. And within it all,
And Pogba trying that long ball and it's snuffed out. You see, this is the problem. There's just no sort of creativity, no sort of couple of passes to try and pass through the press, pass through the lines of Wolves. Dama skipped away from Fred, skipped away from Pogba. The ball was too far away and Bruno Fernandes gets back. But now here comes Kenny in the counter-attack. But even in the counter-attack, there's 4 or 5 Wolves players back. Ball over the top from Fernandes towards Cavani, but Jose Sarr.
goalkeepers excelling off limits. For him, still much jeopardy. For him, still much jeopardy. This can tip either way. Difference in mood going into the international break. Could be fast.
Down the right hand side from Greenwood. What can Greenwood do? Towards Bruno, and it's slide in front of there. There's nobody there. Martial keeping things alive here. Ball to Fred inside the box. It's probably not the player I would like to see in that position. Back to Pogba in the front of the box. His first touch is heavy. Varane has it back and plays down Greenwood. Greenwood's running at Marcel. Come on! Come on! Boom! There we go. Well, that's terrible keeping, but yeah, we'll take that. Well, the Wolves are now having a go at the referee because they put it. They're saying that they put the ball out when Greenwood was injured earlier, and United didn't. But I mean, Neves kicks Pogba. Nah, it's stuff that you had a go at the fact that Bruno stayed down. No, the goal will stand. The Wolves can complain all they want, but the goal will stand. And to be honest, I don't care. Do not care. It's not good keeping there from Jose Sa at all. And Ruben Neves collects the card for his troubles as well.
Half-time it felt improbable. But Mason Greenwood, every week a goal. That is now, what is it?
As K. Dixon says, look, it was a hard strike for him, so it literally was kaboom from Mason Greenwood. I think Jose Sa probably needs to do better there. But it was hit hard. It was hit hard with conviction. And Greenwood, well, I'll tell you what, he's 19 years old and just racking up the goals at the moment. I mean, who needs Ronaldo? We've got Greenwood.
I really don't. I think under the new guidelines, I think the referee's quite right to let them keep going, but it's because of what happened in the first half. That's why they're really upset, the Wolves players.
So the Wolves fans are still very upset that United didn't put the ball out. Look, you don't have to. You don't have to. I mean, the argument is that they did in the first half. Oh, and the referee now probably winning a touch. And the Wolves players need to be careful here. I reckon there could be a couple of bookings here. They don't be careful. Having a big go at Mike Dean.
Just try and keep their cool, Wolves boys. He has a nibble laying there, doesn't he, Coutinho? It's going to frustrate players, this Peter, the adjustment in the rule, because referees, of course, have been asked to make a judgment call with all of these decisions now. They're not always going to be the same. They're not always going to seem fair.
Well, it's opening up here. Greenwood's in behind again towards the right-hand side there. Finish to Pogba. Pogba's ball in the middle is met by Cody. Yeah, Wolves not happy at the moment. My team might have to have a word with Connor Cody and just sort of tell him to calm down a bit. Who's getting a yellow card here? Fred. Okay, that's fine. Well, there's a bit of an edge to this game all of a sudden. Wolves now surging forward. Martial making the tackle there, being held by Semedo and winning the free kick. Wolves looking a little bit rattled after that goal. Shots are just telling everybody just calm down a little bit.
Having lost away from home in the Premier League since the 19th of January 2020, 19 months ago.
Harry Maguire, ball at the top towards Martial. Almost a decent touch from him, but Semedo getting the ball away. It's a good slide attack and there from Pogba to win that ball back. And I think Fred was waiting for the run from Martial. It didn't come from him, conceding a goal kick. Last 15 minutes. Can United hold out? Here come the youngsters for Wolves. There's Fabio Silva. And Gibbs White is also a good player. Kevin Will, Thomas says stadiums are so full of supporters. This is why I'm saying you must all get vaxxed so we can go back to stadiums. I want to be in this sort of atmosphere for United Rugby Championship game. It's so cool seeing sport back with fans. It's got a whole different. Fred, that's a dodgy touch there. It's a whole new sort of ball game when you got fans in stadiums. Well, Semedo's made a big run down the right-hand side. He's gotten there ahead of Shaw. It's Shaw making the block.
Withdrawn represent two of the preeminent areas of character in the Wolves team.
Well, Connor Cody's been taken off here, the Wolves captain, which is interesting.
After another thriller-minute afternoon, has to yield his place to Fabio Silva. No, it certainly doesn't.
3 minutes left. Just park the bus, chaps. Park the bus. Take the result. We haven't played well, so if we can take 3 points out of here, I will be a very, very happy chappy.
Manchester United very strong favourites to hold on for their win. United about to make another defensive change as well.
Well, this is a strange space. Apparently, Diego Dallo is about to come on for United, which is a bit of a strange sub.
Cavani. Fred. Shaw.
Oh, Martial far. That'll do nicely. That'll do nicely right towards the Wolves box.
After the retouch on him, making this change before the free kick. And the would-be match winner is the player to be withdrawn.
Right, well, agreement off for Dalot. So Dalot will spend his last few minutes playing at right wing.
Here's his goal. Here's that challenge. Foot was certainly up from proper. You couldn't quite tell from that angle how much contact there was, but my ticket's out to this guy. He hits those whip shots right, the left foot, right foot. He hits them hard across the goalkeeper, forcing, asking you to make a save. Great work. Just got a natural feel for a goal, that boy.
Well, I mean, I don't see how you drop Greenwood, to be honest. You can't really. You have to play him on the right. The problem is then you have to play Sancho on the left. And I mean, really, Shaw is chipping the ball over there. And I really don't see how Anthony Martial gets to the side. I mean, Marcus Rashford's going to struggle to get into the side when he's back fit. Deleu's first touch is a bit heavy, but he eventually does get there to force the throw in. Apparently, 5 added minutes is the call. Well, Wolves are forward here. It's Podence up against Wan-Bissaka. Cuts inside. He's got Delo and Wan-Bissaka to get through. He does go through the middle, but Varane is there to head out. Apart from that aerial collision where they had to bail him out, Varane's been very, very solid today. And the ball over the top is too much, and De Gea will just let them arrive here, pick it up, run some time down. 4.5 minutes to go between United and back to winning ways. And now Shaw fouled there by Gibbs White. So, look, United will take all the fouls they can.
All the more sore for Wolves fans, whose previous Watchalong manager is currently top of the league, having won 1-0, 1-0, 1-0.
Switch of play from United, and it's headed out, so that'll just run some more time down. Well, the away fans are in full song. Some of the best away fans in the world are the United ones, and they've been treated to a fantastic spectacle today. But hopefully, winning. Oh, he's missed it. Bruno Fernandes has got there, and after all the options he had, he tried to go near post, and Jose Sarr just ate that up. Dear, I think Pogba might be getting a yellow card here. Really.
This is okay. Pogba's in the book. Pogba's not in a hurry to get up. That's degraded the ground even further.
Pogba staying down here. Not quite sure what the issue is. Bit of the good old 93rd minute cramp. So it's Dallo that got the initial foul. That's a pretty horrendous challenge from him. Pogba still down, getting a bit of treatment.
We're saying the fixture list does get kind of Wolves after the international break. Two newly promoted clubs next. They go to Watford on the 11th of September, then a home game here against Brentford. They've had a tough start by any measurement. In by Marcel to Wan-Bissaka saw the claims under offside.
Offside from Wolves. That'll work out nicely. Come now. 1.5 minutes. We can move. Moving into international break after this, which kind of sucks. I always hate this international break. You finally sort of get into the swing of things, and then it all sort of goes on a break, and we return on the 11th of September. So we obviously will do a footy watch along that weekend. We'll select a game. Probably be the Hoppers 5 Sunday game, which is quite easy. Plenty of rugby between then and now as well to sort of get excited about.
Sometimes that is all you need, you know.
So Wolves throw, they've got to get it upfield in a hurry. Scotland go a fair bit past 95, given that.
Well, the time is almost up. There was a bit of a stoppage there, so.
Anthony Martial. Neatly done by Kilman. Thrashed forward by Semedo. To Pogba. Martial. Fernandez. Good tackle, Semedo. Ball from Neves. Jimenez.
And Varane just booting as far as he can. We're over the official 95 minutes, so could go any minute now. Right, it's the last chance, last Wolves chance coming up here. Mike D still not blowing his whistle. The ball comes in towards Maguire. Maguire heads away. Well, Jimenez attempt. Morgan Gibbs there trying out the spectacular. It hasn't come off though. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle.
Presumably, it'll be even better when he arrives. He will be flesh and bones.
Well, there we go. There's the whistle. Full time. Manchester United 1, Wolves 0. The Wolves fans boo, but United back to winning ways off the dropping points last weekend. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. It obviously wasn't one of our biggest watch longs, but it was nice to sort of get underway. So we will be doing more of these and hopefully try and bring in some more football supporters as we go in. I will be live in about an hour for the Rugby News Show, so come and join me then. In terms of the week ahead, international break for football, so it takes a bit of a well, it takes a break there, obviously. And then rugby-wise, we've got no midweek rugby or anything like that. We're moving towards Currie Cup semi-finals as well as the return of the Rugby Championship. There is, however, a return for the Proteas cricket, so we'll be talking about that and bringing in some press conferences, so there'll be plenty of content coming up over the next couple of sort of weeks. Thank you very much, everybody. I'll see you in an hour. Keep well, keep safe, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well, and see you in a few.